young woman, if someone in a place of authority tells you something like that,
exactly.
You may have issues your whole life dealing with that, dealing with those like traumatic experiences.
Mm-hmm. There's a question from the audience. Which pub were you working at when you were 18? What was your initial thought? And how did you feel when your manager told you that he owns you?
Yeah, so that's an interesting story. So I had worked at McKibben's in the West Island.
Okay.
It was definitely an interesting experience. It definitely took me away from being a typical teenager and going out and partying and stuff like that, just because I saw what happens as a result of alcohol. Not that I don't like alcohol or anything. I enjoy, having a couple of drinks with my friends. But to see people abuse it and just come night after night and every single, it really turned me off to alcohol.
At 18?
Yeah. So that's because I saw some crazy things happen. The numerous amounts of fights that would happen as a result. I remember there was one girl who she would come in every Sunday night. On a Sunday night, like that's not the time to be drinking. You have work the next morning, and she had gotten so blackout drunk that she had stepped out of the door, out of the front entrance. She had clipped like the board at the bottom of the door, and she just, boom, cracked her head open. She gets up, walks to the bar, and asks for another drink.
That's
while her head is gushing blood. They had to call the ambulance. So it really turned me off to alcohol. But being in that environment just made me want to get the hell out of there.
Which pub is this? If you don't mind.
McKibben's,
Okay.
West Island. It really changed my perspective of going out and wasting my time in that regard. And that's, I think it benefited me in a sense, but being in that environment was not conducive to growth. That's for sure.